Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy RedCloud. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to optimize Cold War so you guys can get the best FPS as well as get some optimized settings for your gameplay. And this can apply to console as well. Not so much the FPS stuff, but some little tips and tricks if you guys would like. Anyway, let's get right into it. I am a Twitch streamer, guys. I do stream every day at Twitch TV/RedCloud. I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys would hit me with the follow over there or Twitch Prime sub if you guys have one available. It is my birthday today too, which is pretty dope that Cold War is being released on it. So, yeah, guys, we're gonna be playing a bunch of the zombies as well as maybe some multiplayer and probably the campaign on stream. So, if you guys would like to stop by, definitely feel free to do that, and we can play together. So let's get right into the settings real quick. All right, guys. First things first, let's go over to our keyboard and mouse settings. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put some settings in here that will really help out our gameplay overall as well as our aim a little bit. For finding your sense, I definitely recommend starting lower as low as possible, even if you're on controller, and going gradually up until you find that your like aim is really smooth and your flicks and tracking are really like just smooth in general and not too like excessive or anything, or not too high as well, even though doing 360s is fun. But um anyway, ADS mouse sensitivity, you want to keep this on relative. This will basically allow your aim to be a lot more smoother overall, not so rigid. So I use relative. Monitor distance coefficient is basically how far your monitor is away from you. So if your monitor feels like really far away from you, you'll want to set this to lower or higher, depending on if your monitor is like hella close to you. I'm gonna put that back to where it was. Mouse acceleration goes 0. Mouse smoothing and mouse filtering always on 0. This stuff really messes up your aim, and it's definitely not recommended by any pro player or anybody. Gameplay, this is up to subjective, but I use hold, so it allows me to hold the button down, and when I want to stop, like let's say proning or sprinting or doing anything really, I release the button. That's what I do. I disable it. But that's up to you. If you find that toggling helps out, like sometimes like I know sprinting can like hurt your pinky if you're playing keyboard and mouse. Like feel free to toggle that on. So I totally get it. Uh Aim down sight and equipment behavior and steady aim behavior. All this stuff, you definitely want this on hold. You never want your ADS on toggle, because that means you'll click the button and then it'll go into your aim and then it'll just stay there. So then you have to click it again to get out. So like the click and release is the best way to have your aim set. So trust me on that one. You definitely want that. Tap is good because in general, I feel like just clicking it once is better than having to hold for an interact. Although it makes it easier sometimes to interact, but by holding. But in my opinion, it's just tapping is way easier. And then this is going to be very important for Warzone armor behavior. You can apply all just by pressing 4, but that's the default. If you change that, it'll change obviously. Um, or you can have it to apply 1. I want 1 because I don't know how many times I've died in Warzone where I've just died because I just keep spamming my plates, even though I don't want to be using them. So yeah, definitely do that. Vehicles and score streaks, that's up to you. Map and behavior, I use hold. That's up to me. Really, that's up to you as well. Advanced auto sprint, you can enable this or disable it. Either way, subjective, but enabled is pretty good. So I'll actually keep it on that one. System behavior. This is the biggest one that I thought was really important that they implemented into this game. You can change this from operating system. So instead of pressing your Windows key and you tabbing out in the middle of a fight by accident, you can press game. And this basically makes your Windows key able to be used as a keybind in game. So that's really dope. Basically allows you to have an extra keybind down there as well as never mess up your gameplay. And keybinds, this is all subjective, so this is up to you guys, especially you guys who play on controller. That's all up to you. Anyway, full screen and graphics mode. Let's talk about graphics settings real quick. Display mode, we want this on full screen. This gives us the best FPS possible. Monitor, you want to select to your main monitor. Refresh rate, you want to put this on the highest possible refresh rate that you can, whether that's 60, 75, 90, 120, 165, 360, whatever it is. Put it on the highest run. Um, if you use, definitely don't use VSync. Don't use VSync at all in general. You can use reflex low latency if you do have an NVIDIA card. This uses more of your GPU, and it also makes it use more power. But I would definitely recommend boosted if you've got it. If you've got like a newer RTX card, if you have like the lower end cards, like the a 10 series card or something like that, you could do normal. And if you have anything lower than that, I would not recommend doing it because those cards use a lot of power. So definitely would recommend disabling it, but definitely use it if you can. Render resolution, put this at 100% or lower it to like, let's say 95 if you really want more FPS. But 100 is really, really good. Display resolution, 1920 by 1080 for 1080p. If you guys want to play at 720p, it's 1280 by 720p. And if you guys want to play at 900p, it's 1600 by 900. So if you guys, need more FPS, use those resolutions and that'll help you out a lot. And your aspect ratio, you want to keep this on automatic, which is defaulted by 16 by 9. But if you want to play like on like a bigger resolution or stretchier resolution, 16 by 10, or if you're playing on like a big old like flat screen or something like that, you want this on 21 by 9 or 32 by 9. So the other things that you'll want to do is you'll want to change your field of view. You want this definitely at 120 if you're on PC. You've got a huge advantage over everybody, especially console players. But keep in mind that this does use more of your PC. Basically, the more you can see, the more your computer has to render, which means that, obviously the better PC that you have to have on 120. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. You on your ADS field of view, you want this affected because this ratio, and especially with like your aim, is kind of like synchronized. So it's not just like it doesn't have its own independent just like field of view, if that makes sense. So keep this unaffected. Definitely very important. And your frame rate limit, you can have this on unlimited if you have a really, really good PC. If you're streaming, I would recommend using your monitor's refresh rate. And if you are streaming and you have a pretty good PC and you're like a little bit of uncapped, go for like 20 or 15 higher than your monitor's refresh rate. That's really good. I usually just rock it at 165. I don't really like going above that. But if you guys have like a really nice computer and you're not streaming or anything, just go uncapped. And then your menu and all that stuff, if that's what you want to change it to, change that to whatever you'd like. The next thing we're going to be talking about is details and textures, and then basically the overall settings of the game, which will allow us to get the most amount of FPS. If you want to get just straight up the best and absolute highest FPS possible, if you have like a low end PC, or if you just want just the best FPS possible, all you want to do is set literally everything to the lowest humanly possible thing that you can do. So literally just like toggle everything down to low, and I'll go through it. But for me personally, I use medium texture quality. I find that putting it all the way low looks really bad on stream. And model quality, you can take this to low. I honestly I don't see a difference really too much in like low to high and stuff like that. But yeah, texture quality is mainly the main thing that if you don't want your game to really look like shit, like you want to keep this on like high and medium. But I'll just use medium in general. Special effects quality, medium, screen space reflection, disabled. That is basically like the little reflection here. It's disabled there, so it's pretty cool if you can disable that. But it does look really cool too. So I'll keep that disabled. Object view distance low. Sometimes it's good to have this on medium, but low is pretty good as well. Volumetric lighting low. Shadow quality low. Dynamic shadows disabled. Special effects shadows disabled. Weapon shadow disabled. I find that one's not really that important. Ray tracing, if you want to enable ray tracing, you'd have to enable these. We're going to keep this disabled. And then Post processing effects, you definitely want this on low. Post processing is like uh, one of the biggest things with CPUs. It definitely uses a lot of your CPU. So I would just disable this. And then your VRAM usage target, if you want to disable this, you can. Basically, this will allow you to keep your VRAM at a certain area. I don't mind using it on high, but I keep it on low. Doesn't really matter too much. This, if you want to find your sweet spot, you'll have to test this out yourself. Display gamma, keep this on your computer, standard, and then your display adapter. It's usually on auto select. I like to select it to what my graphics card is, and then that's about it. Hit apply, bam. Basically, the best settings that you can have on COD. As far as audio goes, there's audio presets and stuff like that. My friend who's a TikToker, he told me that high boost is like really really good because it picks up the lows and it puts it a lot higher so you can hear footsteps a lot higher. So we're gonna do that. Big shout out to him. And then everything else is subjective. What you'd like to change it to, if everything you'd want is as is, that's basically about it. The only other thing that I guess I would have on is crosshairs. That's good if you're sniping and stuff. And then you can also enable your GPU temperatures and stuff like that, which is dope. So yeah, definitely, it's like kind of cool, and you can even show your own system clock in here, which is dope. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm live every day at twitch.tv/RedCloud. Like I said, I do play with my viewers. We're gonna be playing a lot of zombies as well as campaign and goofing off. It's my birthday, so you know what I'm saying. We're about to vibe out. But so anyways, guys, hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you in any way, shape, or form, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're halfway to partnered on YouTube, and I definitely know that if like about like 90% of you guys that watch this video aren't going to be subscribed, and if you guys would just like subscribe, that would seriously make my dreams come true. Anyway, guys, join the Discord. I'll catch you guys later. Links in the description below. Peace out. Have a good day.